Hello, welcome to Unboxed God, where we detox from religion and discover the God who refuses to fit inside the boxes we were given. I'm Tolu Sarah Jensen, and here we explore who God really is beyond fear, beyond formulas, and beyond everything we were taught to perform. If you're hungry for a real relationship with Him, you are in the right place. Let's dive in. So, this is going to be chapter 6 of book 6 rather, that we're currently going through, living with an open, vulnerable heart. We've touched up on this topic already, but I just think it deserves a chapter of its own to emphasize how vulnerability is very important. Everything that's been emphasized in these chapters, they are going to propel you into a very intimate relationship, deep, intimate relationship with Him before you know it. Because this is where you're not pretending to be okay, but you're letting Him into what isn't. And one of the most liberating revelation in your journey is this: God is not looking for your strength. He's longing for your honesty. That is what He's longing for. Because religion trained you to show God your victories. But relationship has invited me to show Him my tears. That's why you see sometimes I'm recording this chapter and you see me crying. That's what the power of relationship, the power of intimacy can do in your life. You lose yourself and you don't care about how you present or how you appear for crying in front of people. That becomes the least thing that you want or that you think about, because vulnerability brings you to your knees. It brings you into sincerity. It brings you into openness, and it brings you into deep growth with Him. Because for a lot of us, for years, you believe emotional transparency was a weakness, something to hide, to suppress, or fix before approaching Him. But now you know your vulnerability is not something God tolerates. It is where He meets you first. So are you going to allow Him in? Because when you stop hiding your humanity, when fear ruled your relationship with God, you said things like, I'm fine, I can handle it, I'll pray more, I should be stronger than this. Not because you were fine, but because religion demanded performance. And the result? Your heart lived behind a sealed door, but love came knocking. And you need to let Him in, like I let Him into my life. Let Him in, so that you can start experiencing the real salvation, not the counterfeit one that you've been packaged. And there's a holy moment when your soul realizes that you don't need eloquent prayers, you don't need spiritual stamina, you don't need a mass. Sometimes the most spiritual thing you can do is just your tears. Your tears are just your prayers, and God reads it with our word. The Father does not step back from emotion, He steps in. My husband said, when you look at the face of God, you can see sadness. Intimacy makes you see that. If you are not close to God, you will not even be able to read Him and see that, oh, He's carrying a deep sorrow. And when He steps in, your life changes. Where you're anxious, He sits beside your racing thought. When you're grieving, He cries with you. When you're frustrated, He listens without shame. When you're joyful, He celebrates with you. He enters the exact place you feel unworthy. And the gift of being fully known is you You once believed God could only meet the best version of you, but now you can see that He's happy with the real you. He loves the real you, because that is when you know that you've embarked on a real relationship with Him, when you can be sincere with Him. So from this moment onward, start bringing your disappointment so that you're able to find comfort in His presence. Start bringing your fears so that you can find courage with Him. Start bringing your desire so that you can find delight in Him. Start bringing your exhaustion so that you can find rest with Him. Because this is where the deepest healing happens, not in the cleaned up places, but in the part of you that still aches. My vulnerability in this past 2 years has healed me. A lot of walls that I built, I've allowed those walls to go down, because walls protect you from hurt, but they also block love. If those walls that you build because you don't want to be hurt is blocking the love of God as well. So God doesn't force you to open your heart. He waits until you're ready. And this is why love from Him always feels safe, because God doesn't ask for access. He waits for invitation. And the moment you crack the door, light rushes in. Yes, the moment you crack the door, His light rushes in. And are you ready? Are you ready to shed the mask? The mask that you've built over your heart. Because God doesn't care about your external perfect actions. He doesn't care about your perfected religious appearances. He cares about the real you. And He wants you to know that you are worthy of His love. And stop allowing condemnation, shame. Stop allowing from blocking connection in accessing Him. And you need to know that vulnerability is humility. When you get to a state that you can humble yourself, that you forget about your own image, that's when you can access God in a deeper way. And what are the reward of open heart? You've got the closeness with the Trinity, deep, richer relation. You're more surrendered. Unwavering forgiveness. Father promises His love. He will continue to forgive you. There's no ending to His forgiveness. And on the most important thing is the change in your character. My character has changed because I'm being fed from it. And the more it fits me, the more it changes who I am externally. Because I'm able to learn the truth. And the truth is transforming me at His feet. So as we close this chapter, Papa is whispering, I don't want you that performs. I want the you that feels. Let me hold what ought. Let me protect what is fragile. Let me love what you think is unlovable. Your vulnerability is where I finally get to be your Father. So that's the message of Papa. And as we close, freedom is where your marks totally falls away. You're learning the most intimate act of faith. Not trying harder, not being perfect, not appearing strong, but letting God touch the unguarded parts of you. And every time you choose vulnerability, fear loses its grip, shame loses its voice, hiding loses its power. This is the heart. Finally, learning to live loved. Freedom is not the absence of struggle. Freedom is the absence of pretending. Do you want me to repeat it? Freedom is not the absence of struggle. Freedom is the absence of pretending. I hope this chapter has been a blessing to you. See you in the last chapter, chapter 7. God bless.